Hey everybody, Jeff Herring here, and welcome to Creator Rescue episode number 6. Glad you're here. And it's been an interesting day because the show you're about to enjoy is not the show I had planned. I was doing some final notes for today, and inspiration hit me with a 2x4. And I thought, well, okay, this is a great idea and a better idea. Can I get this ready and done by 4:30? And I thought, well, you got to try, right? So I had to try. And so not only did we get it done, um, there was time left over for a very brief shutting of the eyes. Okay. So what has happened is so much was done today to build this instead of a PowerPoint or Google Slides or whatever, you're looking at a Google Doc because every time I do one of these, I put together a script that I keep handy just to glance at. And I thought, well, let's just use this as the PowerPoint. And the more I look at it, the better idea I think it is. So we're going to dive in here. We're going to do a demo in a little bit of the new tool, the recurring niche builder, and a whole lot of other things. Welcome to everybody. If you're just joining us, we're just getting started. And so this one is called Match Your Niche to the Right Recurring Model because recurring income starts at the niche. All right. Let's talk about that a little bit. Okay. Most creators don't fail at recurring income. What happens is we fail before we ever build it, before we pick a niche, or because we pick a niche emotionally, and then we try to force recurring income on top of it. Okay. J- Just saying that sounds bad, doesn't it? Force recurring income on top of it, especially when it's not ready for it or not set up for it. And when it doesn't work, what happens? We can blame pricing, we can blame marketing, we can blame the platform, but recurring income is not a marketing problem. It's a niche decision. Okay. Now, here's what your niche for it to work on creative income has got to naturally do. It's got to naturally create ongoing problems, ongoing growth, or ongoing decisions. Again, ongoing problems, ongoing growth, or ongoing decisions. Now, if it can do two of those, great. If it can do all of those, home run. Okay. If it doesn't do at least one of those, niche doesn't do at least one of those, recurring income will always feel forced. And that's not a good way to do recurring income. That will eventually die. Okay. So, what I want to do today is fix that, show you how to fix it. Okay. So, three types of niches. Three types of niches, hobby niches, things we do for fun. Okay. I could have one all about 70s music. And you could probably monetize it. Just like I could have monetized a site I had back in the day called Buddy the Internet Dog. And he had his own blog. And I monetized it a little bit, but it wasn't recurring. Okay. Um, Recurring works with hobby niches only if you create ongoing engagement. So a lot of service delivery, you got to be there and you got to have connection between people. Number two, transactional niches. Niches? Transactional niches. Problem based. The problem shows up only occasionally. It's recurring only if the problem repeats. Okay. Now, transformational niches, number three, is what's great: identity change, skill building, and long term growth. Would you want to be in one of those? Changing who you are, changing how you see yourself, skill building, and long term growth? Yeah. Okay. They naturally can support recurring income. So the mistake isn't choosing the wrong niche. Look at the notes I have here. Huh. Um, this mistake isn't choosing the wrong niche. It's choosing the wrong recurring model for your niche. Okay. So let's look at some recurring models. Okay. And we're not spending 10 minutes on it. That was just a suggestion in my in my script. Three recurring models that actually work. ongoing support membership, tool resource subscription, and accountability implementation group. Okay. Now you can have one that meets all three. I try to do that, but you got to have at least one. You don't choose the model that you like. Write this one down, folks. And if you're just joining us, we're going through some stuff about matching your niche or being in a niche, changing your niche to be recurring revenue available, and then matching your niche to the right recurring revenue model. Okay. You don't choose the model you like. You choose the model your niche supports. That's huge. Okay. Now, that takes us right into the live demo where we pick a niche example. Ready? Here we go. Now, we'll go over here. And what I've done, this is the one that was created this week, which many people have already bought. And I got a surprise for y'all. It's a recurring niche builder. Okay. And what it does is it helps you pick out a niche or adjust your niche so it's set up for recurring revenue. Okay. And then what it does is helps you. This is the brilliance of it. It helps you pair your niche with the right recurring model. And I mean, can you see how easier that would make recurring income? So what I've done here for sake of time is I've gone through this instant creator with an idea. Okay. Welcome to everybody who's just joining us. We're just now getting into the demo of the recurring niche builder. Okay. And so you'll get a access code when you come on board. And once it's granted, step one is niche clarity. What niche are you currently considering? And again, instead of typing this all out, I've gone through it to save your time and to give you an example of what this does. So I put in a real business, a new business I'm starting. Real life coaching, change your story, change your life. Now I knew that was too broad. Okay. And the tool, she even told me that, right? It's still broad. Okay. It's a theme, not a niche. Let's narrow it. Now, the cool thing about these tools, folks, is she asks you questions to make the outcome better. Okay. Let's narrow it. Who specifically do you want to help? Okay. Be concrete. And I chose just because it would be something I might tangentially do, but wouldn't be a primary thing, is first generation college students. Okay. So the first person in their family to go to business, which was true for me. I mean, first person in their family to go to college, and I'm the first and only. Um, so, um, so I chose first generation college students, and she told me, "Good, that's specific enough to work with." Okay. So next question: what real problem do first generation college students struggle with that you want to solve? Not confidence, something broad, not success, too vague. Right. And I just because of a lot of the college students I've worked with, they're torn between partying and studies. Good, that's real and relatable. Next, is this problem ongoing or mostly a short-term phase? Now, think about it and pop your answer into the chat here. Um, what do you think is more set up well for um, ongoing recurring income? Okay, if the problem is ongoing or short term, just pop your guess into the chat. Ongoing or short term, which one is best for recurring income? That's right. Problem is ongoing. All right. So for this, does this tension last all 4 years, or is it mainly first semester adjustment? Okay. Um, so I put in all four. Good. That gives us recurring potential. Our first generation college students currently paying to solve this problem. Okay. Coaching, academic programs, mentorship, accountability groups. Now, here's a distinction that's important here. Most college students aren't going to pay for this, right? Okay. Will their parents? Yeah. They've already invested a lot of money, right? So I said parents. Okay. Next question. Does solving this problem connect to identity? For example, do these students see themselves as The one breaking generational cycles, that's a pretty big identity. The future of the family, the one that has to make it. Okay. In other words, is it bigger than grades? Does it tie to how they see themselves? And I said they want to do well for their family. Good. That's identity based. You want to have something that affects their identity, folks, changes their identity. Okay. So this isn't just about grades. Welcome everybody that's just joining us. We're in the middle of a demo here. And of course, there will be a replay. Not about grades, it's about not wasting the opportunity their family sacrificed for. Is there skill progression involved? For example, time management, self-disciplines, study systems, decision making? Yes. If I said no, the machine, she would go in a different direction. Okay. Do they need accountability to succeed? That's measuring whether you do this individually and just give information or you do it in a group. Okay. Would most first generation college students be disciplined on their own or structured program? Okay. And I said, yes, good. Next question. Does information in this space evolve? Okay. If it stays the same, folks, it limits what you can do. Okay. If the information stays the same, totally the same forever, whether it's 1926 or 2026 or 2126, it doesn't lend itself to recurring, okay? But do the study methods change? Does campus culture shift? Academic tools, career paths change? If it's got change, it's occurring revenue rich. And I said, yes, of course. Okay. So final clarity question. I really like how she asks all these, and I call her she because I call my instant creators Vicky, VAKI, after the robot in the ceiling in iRobot, VIKI, right? Okay. So, um, would community improve results? Being around other that are just like you, seeing others choose a discipline, shared pressure and shared ambition, peer accountability. Okay. Would that meaningfully increase success? Yes, I believe it would. Now, if it said no, that would take us in a different direction. Okay. Good. This is strong. Look at this line right here. You hit almost every recurring indicator. Okay. You've hit almost every recurring indicator. And when you come on board in just a few minutes with this and what's coming with it, excuse me, I've got my spine, I've got my orange crush. Anybody remember that song? Yay or nay in the chat. Um, Now they're going to give us a structured output now based on everything we said. It'll give you a structured output based on everything you say, every question you answer. Okay. Profitable niche gives you a niche statement about what you do. How many people struggle with this? I help first generation college students stay focused and disciplined so they don't sabotage their opportunity with partying and distraction. Now, parents, would you pay for that? I help first generation college students stay focused and disciplined so they don't sabotage their opportunity with partying and distraction. Yes, they would pay for that. Problem lasts all 4 years, deeply identity based, skill progression, accountability dramatically improves outcomes, and parents are financially motivated to pay. We got a strong recurring platform here, folks. Let's see what else we can do. Recurring strength assessment. This niche has strong recurring potential because ongoing 4 year, and hopefully they'll go to grad school too, right? Identity driven, continuous skill, accountability, community, and the academic environment constantly evolves. So it's not a one time fix. It's, here's an interesting phrase, sustained behavioral guidance. Okay. Now, we've run it through a couple filters. Does this work well for recurring? And the answer is yes. And Sally, thank you. Yes, that is huge. You got it, my friend. It is huge. Sally's getting it. Way to go, Sally. All right. So now we're going to pick for this particular niche that is revenue ready. What's the best recurring model? Okay. Wouldn't that be cool to be able to do that? Pick the best recurring model? I would say yes to that. Wouldn't you, Sally? All right. Best recurring model. The best fits a group program, not one-on-one coaching, not a passive membership. A group program works best because there's peer accountability, shared identity. Parents feel safer paying for structure, and students need weekly structure, not just content. Um, Worked with a kid in college who went away to a school that will go unmentioned. Um, and he called me up one day and he said, I need to come home. I said, why? Because I just got a call from the clinic. I go, oh, crap. And I said, yeah. He goes, well, I've got an STD from the way I've been living. And I said, okay, got it. Okay. Do students need weekly structure, not just content? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So here's the simple monthly promise. I help first generation college students consistently perform at their best without sacrificing their future to short term distractions. Isn't that a parent's dream? Now it's going to give you the blueprint. Okay. Core deliverable, weekly live accountability and performance call, support element, structured weekly discipline system, retention driver, peer progress tracking. That's it. You don't got to make it complex. That's the three big things. And Vicky tells you even what not to build, not a generic membership with random motivational content. What we're building here, the simple build blueprint is what? It's not one-on-one coaching. It's a group program. Okay. So you don't want to build something with random motivational content because it fades. There's no structure equals no behavior change, no accountability. So there's a drop off and no clear transformation. Weak retention. And parents are going to go, what are we getting for this? This particular niche needs structured pressure, not inspiration. Okay. And then one last little piece of encouragement. Don't overcomplicate it. All right. Now, let Sally and Markla, Elizabeth, everybody that's here, Andy, this is cool. Wouldn't you agree? This is cool and this is powerful. And I want you to get it and use it because it's going to help you. I'm about to show you how much more powerful it can become. Okay. Would you guys like to know how much more powerful it would become? Give me a yay or nay in the chat, huh? Okay. Sounds good. Um, because of something that's in the way, Sally, I can't see your longer question, but, type a few times in the chat and it'll move it up. Okay. Now watch this. Okay. Because I call her Vicky, you can call yours whatever you want, not Vokey, but Vicky and I are tight. Please build a compelling sales letter speaking to parents. Now that's not the breast. That's not that's not the best, prompt in the world. I would get more specific. Sally says, "I had a wealthy friend who told his 2 sons that they had to take out loans for their college education, and once they got their degree in their hands, he would pay their loans off." That is very brilliant, Sally. Thank you for that, okay? So, can Vicky build a sales letter? You tell me. Your child only gets 1 shot at this opportunity. Look at this. Look at the emotion it's going after. The first in your family to step onto a college campus. College is just not academics. They're balancing. That's where we come in. Our program is built specifically for first generation college students who want to succeed, but need structured accountability to do it. Not tutoring, not therapy, not motivation. Structured performance guidance. So it tells them what they're going to get each week. Okay. If you're just joining us, folks, welcome. We're at the end of our demo. There's going to be a replay and there's still great stuff coming up. So you're good here. And Lori, thank you for that. Absolutely. Okay. Because here's the truth college success is not about intelligence, it's about discipline under freedom. And freedom without structure is dangerous. Yeah. Okay. Here's some of the benefits. Um, so um, that needs to say more about what the deliverables are. Okay. and we can fix that. But then Vicky, what should be the monthly or yearly investment, or perhaps perhaps by semester? You know what happened for me? Great Christmas present. I finished the college years with my son. My youngest had a great week. On Tuesday, he graduated. On Thursday, he got interviewed for his dream job. On Friday, he got offered his dream job and, of course, accepted it. It's not a bad week. Okay. So we're asking Vicky what it should cost. What's the investment? Thank you, Vicky. Selling to parents. Parents thinking semesters and academic years. Okay. Charge by semester. That's freaking brilliant, right? Thank you for sharing that, Sally. Um, all right. And so why semester? Matches how tuition is paid. So that just becomes part of paying for tuition is they pay you. It feels structured and serious, increases commitment, reduces drop off, easier for parents to justify. Monthly feels casual, semester feels academic and intentional. Holy crap. Per semester, 1,200 to 2,000 per semester. Well, if they're already spending that much money on college, that's actually a smart play. Anybody out there would like that much, um, for their semester long membership? 300 to 400 per month equivalent, 70 to 100 75 to 100 bucks per week. It's brilliant. Exactly. For parents, it feels reasonable compared to tuition cost, tutoring fees. All right. Um, so that's just an example or two examples of what Vicky can do, what the tool can do after it helps you shift or choose a niche that's recurring ready and pick the right recurring platform, the right recurring model for that. We also built a sales letter. We also had a price. Okay. So now what happens next, Jeff? And thank you for playing along with all the demo. Okay. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, I'm not 100% sure which type my niche is. Okay. That's normal, folks. Most creators guess, and that costs you months of trial and error. Okay? You can keep guessing, keep forcing, keep tweaking, or this is why I created the recurring niche income machine live build. Okay. And there's the link. And I'm going to pop it in the chat and we're going to talk about it and go over to that page, but I'll pop it in the chat for you right now. Because we're going to do much more than use this tool. Okay. We're going to do much more than use this tool. Let's go over there so you can see what we're going to do. Okay. And the recurring niche income live build, it's 3 days live build along Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, next week. Okay. 60 minutes each at 4 o'clock Eastern. It's okay if you can't make it. It'll be recorded. There'll be a place where you can ask questions. Welcome, Rachel. Here's what you're getting. You walk away with the recurring niche builder instant creator, your own copy of what I just showed you that you can use. And we're going to help you use it even better. We'll work on and create or tweak your current, we'll either create your niche or tweak your current niche to be recurring ready. Okay. We'll pick the correct recurring model. You'll come away with a fully outlined offer and a 30-day launch revenue plan, templates and frameworks you can reuse. Folks, this is work in real time. This is not sugar-coated theory or something to just listen to. This is working real time and coming out with a outcome. Okay, let's go down to here. Here's your build schedule. Okay. Actually, that shouldn't be there. I didn't take it out. Okay. Remember, this didn't exist at 11 o'clock. Okay. So day one, Tuesday, 4 p.m., install. Choose your niche direction and validate it. Validate it, folks, for recurring. That means if you want to start a new niche or if you're just starting out, perfect. If you want to tweak your current niche, perfect also. Day two, Wednesday, 3, 4 at 4 p.m. These are all Eastern times. We speak Eastern here. Okay. Match. Pick the recurring model that fits your niche and doesn't fall apart in month two. How would you like some help in picking your niche model? Okay. And we'll do that together. You'll do it. See what's been programmed into this is my 20 years experience. What you're going to get live goes much deeper, and you'll walk away with really having made a really reasonable investment with something really cool. And then Thursday, 3, 5, 4 p.m., we'll deploy it. Outline your first offer and probably go beyond outlining it and map your next 60 days. If you can't, I'm sorry, your next 30 days. If you can't attend live, fine, you'll get replay access forever. Okay. You don't need a niche already. Is a recurring niche builder included? Yes, of course. How long is each session? At least 60 minutes. If I've got to go over to do what I promise, you know I will. Um, Beginners or experienced? Both. Beginners get clarity fast, and the experienced people are going to be wishing they had this then when they started. Experienced creators get focus and a clearer engine. Okay. So there on your screen is the link, jeffherring.com/profit season. And I'd love to take your questions. Um, Problem is, what's happening is something is showing your slides on Substack is reasonably new. And so I'm getting used to a few things, and there's something blocking me being able to see all your questions. But all I'm going to do is type in a little thing to get everything up there. I see um, Sally says, "Oh, that's fabulous, Jeff. Congrats. Yeah. Congrats, Caleb. Yeah. Um, it'll move everything up. Okay. There we go. Let me go back through here and see if there's any questions, and you can be asking um, others as we go through here. Um, if you're on this show, if you're online, if you're building a business or thinking about it, get this. Of course, I'm biased, but it's got 20 years experience built into it, and you're going to get me live for 3 days, and there will be a group um, that you be able to hang out with and meet and support each other. Okay. When you go to jeffherring.com/profit season one, that's jeffherring.com/profit season one. And that's what I'm calling these things, profit seasons. Okay. Because each one we do is going to be a season of profit for you and create more and more and more. Oh, Sally used CM too. Cool. Yeah. I like it. It does good things. Um, All right. So where was I going? Um, Earthling just joined us. Welcome, Earthling. Um, Nanu. You're just joining us. We've done a demo. We've done a whole lot of stuff. There will be a replay available. So don't worry about that. Okay. Trying to move the questions up so I can see them. Hey, Denise, good to see you here. Again, we're wrapping up here. There'll be a replay, of course. Denise, you know that question. Will there be a replay? Yes. All right. So go to jeffherring.com/profit season one. And again, let me remind you of what you're going to get. Okay. We'll go down to the second version. Oh, your investment is only 97 bucks, folks, for 3 live build sessions for the tool and the community and everything else. You're getting the recurring niche builder instant creator. You're getting your recurring ready niche created or picked or tweaked the correct recurring model, a fully outlined offer, a 30-day launch revenue plan, templates and frameworks, and complete replay access. This isn't magic, it's movement. Okay. So, um, just want to give you another glimpse at what you're getting. I will type or put the link back in the chat again. All right. So, um, that, folks, is the show. And you know what's really cool about this? What I presented to you today did not exist 6 hours ago. I got whacked upside the head with a big 2x4 of inspiration and thought, can I get this ready by 4:30? And apparently the answer is yes. So thank you for joining us. There's a lot of places you could have been online and you chose to be with us. That's always honored and appreciated and grateful for. Um, Folks, if you want to have a niche that's ready for recurring revenue and have the right model picked for you, and we build it all out, and you keep the tool to use whenever you want, okay? And to build past it, I showed you how to do that. When we go live together, we're gonna have the tool open and we're all gonna build together, okay? So this is just gonna be I'm excited about it. I wish it was around when I was started. Yeah, there is something weird going on with the comments, Sally. Um, but we'll figure it out. Sally, thank you to say that's an amazing offer. I think it is. I invite everybody to go get it at jeffherring.com/profit season one. We'll bring that back up here. You know what? Through the magic of Samcart and internet marketing, you know what I'm going to do? Just so you'll have it at the bottom the of this. Okay, I want to put this jeffherring.com forward slash you laughing at me, Denise? Profit season one. Now, just a little bonus tip here, folks, for everybody. Okay. You want to avoid the disaster I had last week because I didn't do this, even though I know better. You take that link, even though you're positive it's the right one, and you put it in and you test it. There we go. Because the internet is just so sensitive, isn't it? You mess up a little bit and you're in trouble. So we'll refresh this page, and now you can see what you're getting. It's taking a little bit longer because I'm using up a lot of juice, along with the link, which is going to be Jeff Herring. Um, hey, come on. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Those of you that are on Samcart have already noticed what I didn't do. I didn't publish. Like I said, the internet's so sensitive. There it is, jeffherring.com/profit season one. You see everything you get. Um, this is the first one of these. If it goes like I think it's going to go and is already going, thank you for everybody that's already come on board. Um, we're going to do more of these. The price will go up from 97. This is a beginning beta test price. Okay. So, um, again, thank you for being here. A lot of places you could have been. I invite you to go get this stuff at jeffherring.com forward slash profit season one. And as always, go use this stuff because as you've seen, I didn't just talk about it, I demonstrated it for you. It flat out works. And for those of you still ordering this amazing offer, as Sally says, I'm going to leave this page up and turn off my volume and let you guys get to it. Yeah, sure, Sally. I'll set up an affiliate program for all the profit seasons. And tell you what, Sally, you come on board. Oops, I muted myself. Yeah, Sally, there'll be an affiliate program. And tell you what, Sally, That'll be for all the, all of them, and you come on board, Sally, and I'll make sure you're the first affiliate. The replay will be living, Earthling, in, Substack. It'll come out, tomorrow morning sometime, and because you're on in my community, you will get an alert, okay, that it's come out, and, there you go. So I'll go back on mute while you guys can keep ordering.